two agreements we make in the Black business schools. Number one, we'll give you more for free than you received for $100,000 at whatever university you attended. That's a guarantee. We pull that off. Number two, if we do get into a situation where we say, hey, we're trying to raise money, we're trying to have an institution, if you will give us just a fraction, don't give us, you ain't got to give us as much money as you give white folks, because we know you love white folks a lot and you want to give them all your money, but just give us like 2% of that, and we'll do more with that 2% than they did with the 150%. Does that sound like a deal? Does that sound fair? I hope that's fair because I want to be transparent that we have to raise money. Money is expensive. The All Black National Convention is going to cost us almost $300,000. But we wanted to do this independently. We want a strong black institution that can do things independently. And we didn't want to bring Black Liberation brought to you by McDonald's. You can't talk about liberation. Um, you can't talk about liberation and expect other people to fund your liberation. And I think that's something that a lot of us don't understand. You know, the idea that we raise millions of our children to work for white folks is one of our biggest challenges. And also, one of the things that makes it difficult at times to build black institutions is that when you do that and you say, hey, we have products or we have services that we want to offer. First thing people do is they'll say, "Oh, you're being a grifter, and if you cared about black people, you would do everything for free." And so I always respond and I say, "But well, you work at UPS. Which do you go to work for free? Do you go to UPS for free? When you spend money at all kinds of businesses, do they show up for you the way we've shown up for you? Do they have your community's best interests at heart the way we do?" Right? And so this is one of the things that I wanted to start on just so we understand this because one of the things Garvey was able to do, and I'm going to read from his book, is he was able to do something that was really important in his time, which was to raise capital. One of the biggest challenges, one of the number one reason for black enslavement is that we are not that good at raising capital for the things that we want to do. And one of the things that you have to understand is that in a capitalist society, capital controls everything. Give me a yes if you understand that. Let me know if you understand that. That freedom ain't free, and capital runs the capitalist society, and those who control capital control everything. Slaves were a form of capital. If you do not control capital, then you will become capital for somebody else. If you are an employee for life for a corporation, you are someone else's capital. If you are paying rent to a landlord for your life, then you are someone else's capital. You're giving them capital. If you are a consumer, they always have you run around here bragging about black spending power. That's nothing to brag about because what you're saying is I want to be somebody's capital. And so the reason I love Garvey and admire again, I don't know. I don't know the man. I know his granddaughter, actually, his great grandniece is a member of our B1 community. I'm not going to embarrass her. She might even be here tonight, but I'm really proud to know her because she's a super smart lady. I like this guy and his message because he had a message that needs to be heard. It wasn't one of these like let's all integrate and let's wait for white folks to do this for us and let's go serve them to the best of our ability and hope that they decide to be nice to us. That does not work. It doesn't work. And so really, Garvey, if you want my Parthenon of great black leaders and those that whose message really worked in terms of power, it would be Garvey, it would be Booker T. Washington, George Washington Carver. Booker T went down to Tuskegee and built this institution. Our child is right now at that institution getting an extraordinary education. She made a 3.9 grade point average this semester, her first semester in college. We're really proud of her. She's down at that institution right now because this man built something over 100 years ago. He wasn't just some Negro trying to get on TV. He wasn't some leader in the Democratic Party, right? He wasn't some rapper running around dancing like Diddy, right? He was a man that sat down and put down his bucket and picked out his shovel and got it done. He chopped some wood to go build something. And now we got hundreds of thousands of young black kids that are able to go out and become doctors, lawyers, engineers, and everything else. He built an institution, right?